Now it is time for Calling All Horror Hounds. Finally, in my travels now amongst the movies, I am getting back to watching a number of 80s horror classics or pseudo-classics that I, for whatever reason, always missed out on. Finally got around to watching Waxwork, the horror movie set at a wax museum. Terrific cast in this one. I'll get to the cast in a moment, though. So the plot, such as it is, group of teens go into a wax museum. One by one, they are, I don't know, hypnotized or magicked into the scenarios depicted in the wax museum. And so what you end up with is sort of an episodic or anthology-style horror movie where within the larger horror movie there are all these smaller horror movies that are the things that our main characters, the teens, experience within the wax museum. And I really liked most of those scenes. Particularly the vampire sequence is a ton of fun. There's also a pretty good werewolf sequence, a good zombie sequence, a mummy sequence that, listen, we all know on this show I love mummies. The mummy sequence is, if I'm being honest, a little bit lackluster. But it's rare that you go into a movie that is having as much fun as this movie is having and to get as much, variety as this one has. Because all of these sequences are so relatively short, they never really get bogged down, never outstay their welcome. This was a treat of a movie for me. I mentioned the cast earlier. Anchoring this thing, you have Zach Galligan of Gremlins fame. Don't see him in a lot of movies, so it was fun to see him here and to see him at his prime. Still doing solid work as sort of the our straight man hero within the context of this horror movie. Deborah Foreman, who I mentioned in an earlier review, probably best known for Valley Girl, is another one of the teens. She's terrific. You also have a couple of all-timers in this. You've got David Warner, who is a character actor, an English character actor that I just adore, whether it's from his work in Star Trek or in movies like The Omen, or his copious voiceover work, particularly as Brain Guy on Freakazoid. Always terrific to see David Warner in a picture. We also have in this one Patrick McNee, who played Steed on The Avengers in sort of the Van Helsing role. So this movie really has a lot going for it. It's firing on all cylinders. It tends to hew more toward the silly side of horror than the terrifying side of horror, but that's just fine with me. I liked Waxwork a lot, and I'm giving it 4 stars. And don't forget to visit our website, northmetrotv.com/everymovieever. There, you can watch reviews of every movie we've ever covered here on the show, as well as complete episodes. That's northmetrotv.com/everymovieever.